everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's show, I'm going to cook a Moroccan style with apricots and olives. It's going to be a real tasty recipe. It's not real complicated, but it does have a few ingredients. And we need to start with that. We have our ginger, garlic, onion, and a lemon. Then we have honey, salt, pepper, paprika, which is smoked, cumin, cinnamon, cilantro paste, our apricots, olives, oil, beef, and some carrots. We're going to start by cutting things up and getting things going. I also need to get the beef browning. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn the pan on, get some oil in this pan, and get this meat browning up. Boy, was that easy. Isn't it great how that works like that? Okay, there's our garlic. There's our garlic cutter. Probably just should reduce the size of that. There's a whole garlic. And we just put it in the garlic chopper, try to line it up. And just push the button for a minute. The longer you let it go, the more it's going to chop up. Go. Next, clean up the cutting board. Sometimes that garlic really sticks to you. Just need to clean up the ginger a little bit. Just gonna try to knock off some of the nubs. The spot where I don't want it. And just clean up the outside. Good. Just throw this in the sink. Get it out of my way for now. Okay, let's just scrape this up. Give this a stir. I'm cooking on medium too, by the way. That's why it's not done already. Just gonna throw some salt and pepper in here. Let's do our onions. Now, cut the onion in half. Just like that. Lay the onion down. Cut off the end. Tears from my eyes don't water. There we go. Onions. Now that I've browned up my meat and seasoned it with salt and pepper, I'm just going to pull it off into my drip dish. I'm going to leave whatever gravy is in the pan, mix of olive oil and the juice from the meat. It's all going to stay in the pan for my olives. It's pretty well close to being cooked, so I don't have to worry about it not cooking when it's in this. Because basically, it's just going to finish seasoning itself. Now, let's go ahead and get the carrots cut up. Just going to grab a handful of these and just wash them. Let's just cut these carrots up really fast. Let's throw these in. We'll get those going. My carrots in the refrigerator. Here's the garlic. I like the garlic on top. Just make sure this is kind of laid out here a little bit so the garlic is going to land on top. I guess if I had more onions, some people use 2 onions for this dish. I was kind of reading around online to see what other people do. I'm only going to use 1. And I change things a little bit to make it my own recipe. Giving things a stir. I'm looking to get these onions so they're clear. Then we need to do a mix here. So I have my olive mix and I have to put in some olive juice. I just kind of guessed on that. By the way, if you want, the complete recipe is written out. If you click the subscribe button, you'll see the more button and it's all listed there. Or you can go to my website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. Also, today, while we're working, let's do the question of the day. Do you like honey? If you like honey, click on the thumbs up button. Let's see how many people like honey. That's the question of the day. Who likes honey? Now let's go, and just for the fun of it, I want to drop in just like 4 olives. Just to get a little bit of taste in there. Then, in my mixing bowl, I have my ginger. I have some cinnamon. Got my coffee here. I could accidentally put cinnamon in my coffee. Here's the honey. That was kind of a couple of squirts on the honey. Cilantro. You can use original live plants if you want. I got the paste. I try not to use too much of that. I'm not overly crazy about it. Then this is the smoked paprika. I don't use a lot of it. You can always add more later. And then this is the cumin. Same thing, don't use a lot of it. Okay, a little bit more ginger in here. Try not to use too much ginger, that's pretty strong. Did that to Barb once, that was a surprise. Probably was the same day I did too much pepper. Let's just give this a stir. They're starting to get near done. While I'm thinking of it, I'm going to use my Pam. Spray my dish. I like to get my sides real good. The first thing I want in the pan is my onion mix, so that goes on the bottom. Oop. Almost fell over. I was trying to hold the pan to the left so that it shows up on the camera. The pan's heavy. I kind of lose my balance. Yeah, I could see why people use 2 onions on this recipe, because it's kind of thin on the onions on the bottom, but that's fine because I don't really want that many onions. And then I have my meat. I'll put my meat in here. And you can do this with chicken if you want to, either beef or chicken. Probably could do it with pork too if you wanted. Meat is meat. Then, let's do our lemon. So, cut your lemon in half so that it's safe to work with. Even if you like the circles the other way, it's really best to cut it in half like that. Plus it cleans your cutting board, having the lemon on your cutting board. Okay, so now I'm just going to basically make thick strips so that they're thick enough that they don't burn. Because if things are too thin, they could burn. So. When you're using them in the oven like this, think a little thicker than you normally would. I just get rid of the ends. And then just put them in here. I have my juice mix here. Put that in there. And then I have some apricots. Now these are not the dehydrated ones. These are just regular apricots. They call them dried, but they're not dehydrated. So there's a difference. If you get the dehydrated ones, they actually taste a little better, but you have to soak them in water to restore them. So I like these for cooking. You know, you kind of buy what you like. This is all set and ready to go. I'm going to throw it in the oven. Next, I'm going to make some rice. So you can boil some water, put the rice in, and do it that way if you want. But I bought this super duper rice cooker. And all you have to do is plug it in. And what you want to do is, I'm going to do 2 cups of this rice. Now, if this was white rice, it would be 1 cup of water for 1 cup of rice. But brown rice is an extra cup. So there's 1, there's 2, here's my water. And this is it. This is all there is to this thing. Push down on the button in the front. It starts and it pops up when it's done, and you give it a stir. That's the show for the day. It's real hot. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.